glow like two fires, movement so graceful. Wildcat in the jungle with dangerous claws. Movement she anticipates, a sight is set on her prey. Like stars in the darkest night, crystallize, fascinate. If you wanna stay alive, if you don't wanna be her prey, don't stand in her way. Run, run, run away. Crystallize, 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 watching her prey. Crystallize, crystallize, crystallize.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Simracersworld Formula 3 series and, of course, Simracersworld TV. Apologies for the rather rough start there. I do apologise. Just getting a couple of things sorted this evening. I have had to set up everything within an hour here since I got home. But thank you very much for joining us this evening. Of course, this is going to be a very, very interesting championship. I cannot wait to get things going. We're at the wonderful Zolder circuit tonight. Nice, tight and twisty circuit for these cars. And of course, the cars themselves we need to have a good look at. Formula 3 cars they are. And it's going to be quite focusing for these guys tonight to really get the cars around safely. Of course, qualifying just getting underway now. We're going to have a quick look up and down the order as to who we have. Good evening, everybody. Hello, 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 everyone watching the stream. Plenty of names for me to try and learn how to pronounce tonight, which I cannot wait. Let me just get rid of the qualifying mode for you. So you can see names such as Christophe Herbigno is what I believe his name is. I hope it is. Mattia Sabatini. Now that's a race driver name, isn't it? Some of these cameras are absolutely awful. Let's try some TV2, maybe TV3. TV3 we'll go with. You seem to be a bit more user-friendly. Nick Shermans is out on track tonight in the Simracersworld Esports F3 team. Good luck to everybody that is out on track tonight, of course. Aaron Smith II is a privateer in a wonderful yellow car, and I'm quite a fan of that. It looks like he's just bought it from Delara and taken it to the track for a run. Dries van den Rijt, I believe, is just about to show us that the damage model, of course, is on these cars tonight. Now, we do have Pro and Am classes, as you will see at the top of your screen now. Pro green on the left, Am blue, just as it is in the TCR series. So you can see that Sabatini is currently top of the Am category as things stand. How are we all tonight? We all looking forward to this season? From watching practice, Christophe Herbigno is going to be the guy to beat in the wonderful chrome red livery. We'll have a little bit of an onboard with him as he goes along. You can look at the spec map on that with the little polygonal pattern on the nose. Beautiful stuff. As I said, these boys really have to have their wits about them tonight. This is not going to be easy at all. How does the stream look, everybody? Are we looking nice and smooth? Decent quality? I hope so. Let's have a look a bit further down the order, shall we? I like doing that. Stephen Grabowski. I hope I've got your name right, mate. In an Alpha Tauri livery. Very interesting to see. He's a privateer. That's number 77. Frederik van Eekhoven. There's a lot of Belgian names for me to learn here. Please bear with me. If I do get names wrong, of course, then make sure that you do get in touch afterwards and try and help me to pronounce it correctly. I don't want to be offending anybody by getting names wrong. Oh, no. Grabowski went around. Here's Paul Godden of Sim Stickers. Of course, Sim Stickers, the championship sponsor this season. Thank you very much to them indeed. Very grateful we are. See the emblem in the top right there. Good evening, Jack. How are we, my friend? Glad that the stream is looking good, guys. Here's Brian Loynes. Well, there was Brian Loynes. Tito Granier. Now, wow. There is some chrome for you to look at. Tito Granier really providing the visuals tonight. My poor graphics card. Hello. Banzu RX Flow is the name of the team. We have 31 viewers tonight. Hello. Here's Lee Woodburn. coming across the line as a privateer in his white and pink car. Not really a fan of that camera angle. There doesn't seem to be a good mix of camera angles at Sebring that works for all of it. Well, I see Tim Rutten in Dutch sim racing team, DSRT. And we have the American Josh Clogg on track tonight for Fiercely Forward. In a wonderful livery which has been featuring all over the Sim Racers World Facebook group recently, with a big chrome lion up the side. Jack Werrell, of course, his teammate in the 555 car tonight. Jack and I have been catching up recently, of course, sharing the interest of commentary, of course. He's a very, very sound guy, is Jack. Hopefully he gets, wow, a bit more stable around the track than that tonight. Anyway, let's look at some best lap times, shall we? On the left-hand side, you can see the spread. So Nick Shermans is currently top Sim Racers World Esports F3, ahead of Aaron Smith, Christophe Herbigno, then Camille Vandendriech, I believe that's correct. We've got Ben White of BritTech SimSport on track as well at the moment, sporting a white air intake, which looks quite nice. Josh Clogg goes 6th for Fiercely Forward. There's the overall spread. 1 second covering the top 10. The whole field at the moment is separated by 2.58 seconds according to this. Doesn't look like Groen has actually put a time in. Oh yeah, he has. Matisse Groen in 20th place for Sim Racers World. Is that Sim Racers World livery? I believe it is. Sabatini. You want Sabatini? You got Sabatini. There you go, Giuseppe. I nailed that last name. Which one? Vandendriech? Camille Vandendriech. Or is it Vandendriech with the accent on the end, or Vandendriech? Do help me. I'm trying, boys, I'm trying. Oh, and around goes Mattia Sabatini. That's a proper racing driver's name. I think he's broken the suspension. He has, look at it. Or has he? Has it fixed? No? Oh, he's just going to take it for a spin again. Love it. Who haven't we looked at yet? Wayne Palmer, Sim Stickers. Very bright green wheels. We're not going to miss that car tonight, are we? Louis Hanker saying that they're in the ugly yellow and black and someone accidentally put an animal on the side of it. Here's a Dynamics racing car of Stephen DeWolf. Stephen DeWolf, of course, very popular in the Sim Racers World community. In an old Benetton livery as well tonight, by the look of it. With the accent, so it's Vandendriech. Thank you very much, mate. Good evening, Papa Hedge. Everybody, please give some clap emojis for my friend Papa Hedge in chat. Top lad himself. Top lad himself. Let's welcome him to the channel. Vandendriech. Love it. Thank you, Louis. Is that Red Bull livery that John McConville's in? Oh, he is, and he's in a Sim Racers World Esports F3 team. Ian, get the P45s out. John McConville showing the stability of the Red Bull Formula 3 car that we saw in pre-season testing in F1. Not the Red Bull Formula 3 car in F1, that would have been silly, wouldn't it? Simone Giovannini in the Prunaro team car. Vandendriech. Okay. We got there in the end, didn't we, mate? We got there in the end. Anyway, come on, guys. We want to. I want to see some claps. There you go. Nice one. There you go. It's a Jordan livery, not a Benetton livery. Oh God. It is. Oh, around goes Wayne Palmer. It's a Jordan livery. See, this is why I shouldn't be trusted. Here is John McConville then, in the Red Bull livery. Ollie Slade, of course, you have been the man that has been boasting about the yellow and black livery with the chrome on. Oh, John McConville, oh, kisses the wall, bends it, so it's a Formula 2.8 car. Anyway, towards the front, Tito Grania is doing a bit of Paris-Dakar at the moment. Somehow manages to be in the pit exit. Nick Shermans is fastest, Christophe Herbigno is in 3rd position as it stands. Josh Clogg hope he doesn't sell shoes. The fiercely forward car. We'll go on board with him for a moment, shall we? We're jumping around a lot, and I tell you one thing. These boys know how to paint a car. To put the logos that way up along the nose, so they know that an onboard camera picks them up like that, is beautiful marketing. Beautiful marketing, even if he does disconnect strangely all of a sudden. We'll look at Ross Nicholson then for sim stickers. It's a very tricky circuit to get right. Very tricky. Oh, Herbigno goes to the top. Gaultier Corentin says something in French. So either way, we're going to look at Camille van den Driesche. Across the line, he goes for WRT Esport, of course, one of my favourite liveries on the grid. Vamos Tito, vamos Tito. Tito Grania for Banzu RX Flow. Fantastic to see all the nationalities out here tonight. We've got, well, I mean, look at the top 8, well, top 10. Let's have a look. So you've got 4 Belgians in the top 10. A Spaniard, an American, a Frenchman, another American, and 2 Brits. Then we've got Italians in the series as well. We've got the Dutch included. Plenty of international drivers tonight. And that's what we love about this. That's what we love about this community. It's fantastic. 25 cars out on circuit. Here's Simone Giovannini, sorry, I will get it right. Sup, Lewis? How you doing, mate? He wanted the logos the other way around, does he? So, Clog Champ, yeah? You want Josh to be Josh Clog Champ? Or he is going to be on the Discord anyway. How about this? I'll call me unprofessional. But I think that suits him a little bit better, don't you? Oh, there's a car in the wall there. That's the AlphaTauri livery car. Banzu team. Well, it's got, it's certainly the shiniest livery on there. Aegis, is it Aegis? Agus? Hello, Mr. Werrell. Why aren't you out on track, son? Get back out on track. Do some laps, lad. I want to see you up there. WRT do have my favourite livery. If I'm honest with you, I do like an asymmetrical livery. However, you know, Devotion Sim Racing with this pattern on the nose, with the difference in the chrome and the sort of matte metallics. Ooh, it's close. Very close. But yes, Josh Clog has a new name in the number 13 car. He is now Clog Champ in this series. I will have to change that back just for professional reasons, but if you wanted it, then you can have got a screenshot of the last few bits. There you go. He pulls over then. Back to Mattia Sabatini. Qualifying is just finishing now, by the way, so we're going to keep our eyes on some of these guys finishing up laps. P3 in class, what more do you want? I want a win, Jack. I want to see you getting a win, mate. Across the line goes Mattia Sabatini, and he improves, but not on his position. He's second in class at the moment, behind Mr. Loynes. I'm just going to shut the music up for a second. Actually, no, I'm not. We'll wait till after the grid readout. So Brian Loynes for Sim Stickers, top in the AM class, of course, at the moment. Herbigno is still top overall in the number 3 car. There's quite a few guys coming across the line here. Just trying to remember who it is that's in the AlphaTauri livery. Rutten goes up to 18th place. Eekhoven stays 5th by the look of it. Nicholson improves but stays 9th. Across the line comes some of the other guys in the background, Herbigno being one of them. Herbigno goes even faster, 122.299. Absolutely love it. Fantastic stuff. Not even a tenth of a second there between the top 2 guys. That was Ross Nicholson there for Sim Stickers. Matisse Groen comes out of turn 1. And Simone Giovannini is just started a lap, so that's going to be the end of the session for these guys then. I had to change it, I'm afraid, Ollie. I have to try and remain somewhat professional in these scenarios. I'm not always. We know that I'm always up for a laugh. I try and make these broadcasts as enjoyable as possible. Don't forget, of course, do subscribe to the channel, to Simracersworld TV. We've got 41 viewers at the moment. Thank you very much, everybody, for tuning in. And of course, if you do like what I do, do check out chaslington.com. I do have a YouTube channel as well, which doesn't really get much use at the moment. I'm, of course, on all social media as well. Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. So, hopefully... Here is your grid then. Christophe Herbignon on pole position alongside Nick Shermans, with Tito Granier and Aaron Smith making it 4 nationalities on the front 2 rows. Then we have Frederick Eekhoven alongside Josh Klog in 6th place. Then we have Camille van den Driesche. Then it's Dries van den Rijt, Ross Nicholson and Ben White. Then it's Brian Loynes and Matthias Sabatini. Ronald Moons lines up against his countryman Stephen de Wolf with another Belgian behind him, Bart Delman. Jack Werrell 16th on the grid with Wayne Palmer 17th. Tim Rutten is 18th ahead of Paul Godden, and Stephen Grabowski rounds out the top 20. He's followed then by John McConville and Lee Woodburn. Matisse Groen is 23rd with Simone Giovannini in 24th. And back of the grid there, as you see, it's Ben Cullen in the number 133 privateer car. So the guys are lining up on the grid as it stands then. We will turn the music off at this point. Get your predictions in, please, people. What do you reckon then? Is Herbignon going to take a win here? Or is Nick Sherman's going to be able to fight him? Or is even Tito Granier going to be able to get a good position? Right then, first round of the season. And the Sim Stickers Simracersworld Formula 3 Series is away. Looks like a great start from Tito Granier. Really good run from Nick Shermans, actually. Oh, there's a car in the wall. There's a couple of them. Who jinxed it by saying they don't want the damage model tested? Oh, they're 3 wide behind as well. It looks like Eekhoven's trying to get through down the inside of Tito Granier. Doesn't quite work. Aaron Smith is now on the inside of him in the number 70 car. We're not going to quite look back yet at what's gone on further down the order. That's a fantastic camera angle, isn't it? Let's do that again next time round, shall we? Ross Nicholson's gained 2 places off the start at the moment. Oh, we've got a car around. Oh, it's actually, sorry, it is Ross that's setting up my timing screen, making it go red. He's back down to where he started now. Ben White's up 2 places. Jack Werrell up 3 places a bit further down the order for Fiercely Forward, as the guys try and filter through as best they can. Keep it nice and straightforward. Oh, there's a car around in the background. I think it's Wayne Palmer. It is. The number 33 car off, but it's Christophe Herbignon at the moment that is leading the way. There's the field behind. But Christophe is doing a great job as it stands already. If we go on board with Nick Shermans, though, the car behind is much closer. That is Tito Granier. And the very flamboyant Banzu RX car. Quite a lively start to the season already. Just looking down at who we've lost. Brian Loynes, Stephen de Wolf, Stefan Grabowski, Lee Woodburn, Matthias Groen, Simone Giovannini and Ben Cullen. All those guys off at the moment. Oh, it looks like Tito Granier's got a better run. Oh, no! Shermans is around. He kisses the wall, bends the wing. I'm not sure whether there was a little bit of contact there to help him. Sounds like someone else has gone off as well. Oh, there is another car around. Who's that there? Just in front of him. Oh, that was close. That's Tim Rutten off the circuit. So Tito Granier now up into 2nd position with Aaron Smith the 2nd behind him. I'm really sick of that camera angle. Oh, and to be fair, Smith is having a go at Granier here, side by side, and just behind them, Van Eekhoven's got a really good look at this. In the SROC Racing Forces car, he's going to go down the inside. Onto the brakes he goes. Looks like he gets the job done as well. Nice work. Oh, it looks like Aaron's going to be going really, really far back now. He's going to get freight train. There's some more guys going past. One of them, Josh Klog. Just behind him is Camille van den Driesche. Just holds off Camille into the chicane. So a feisty start to the race then. It looks like van den Driesche has fallen down a little bit there with Ben White just behind. Sabatini and Nicholson swapping places. Looks like Jack Werrell's coming through as well. No, it's not, sorry, that was Van den Rijt going past. Jack Werrell is just behind these guys. There he is. Behind him is Bart Delman, series organiser. Raced with Bart in a couple of series before, he's a good lad. It's always good fun. We will revisit the start, guys. We will have a look a little bit later on. But look at Herbignon at the moment, out in the front. These cameras are driving me mad. I know they're bad, I'm sorry. 3.6 second lead at the moment for Herbigno. 23-2, and he is making this look easy as it stands. Closest two cars on track are actually Van Eekhoven and Tito Granja for second place. Clog champ, he's doing all right, isn't he, Josh? He's gained 2 places at the moment. Biggest mover in the field is Paul Godden. He's gained 6 positions. And of course, don't forget, we have to look at the AM category as well. Mattia Sabatini leading the way at the moment. The next one down is Jack Werrell, so he's got a bit of space before the next AM car behind him. Let's just show you, if you look at the top, you should see, there you go, there's your class leaders. What I'll do is I'll keep those up there so you can keep an eye on who is in the lead. We'll look back then to the closest 2 cars on track, which are Nicholson and Vandenright. This is Nicholson that we're on board with now. What do we all think of Zolder as a circuit on iRacing? It's very, very demanding, especially on small cars like this. You know, you make a mistake, hit a curb too hard, it's going to be very out of shape and bounce around. Looks like Ross is just struggling to get the car out of the final corner there. Good evening, Chris Daines. Good to see you, mate. How are you doing? Yeah, and Ben is certainly doing a good job. We'll have a nice little look at him for you. Here he is. P7 at the moment. He's gained 3 places from where he started. Qualified 10th on the grid. 7th overall, 7th in class. Oh, it looks like Van Eekhoven's off the circuit. He's just run wide. Tito Granja's going to get away. And now can Josh Clog, who seems to have a bit of a fan club here, make a move? Is he going to get it done? He's ahead before the braking zone. The Fitsley forward car going through. Nice work by Josh Clog then. 13 may not be unlucky for him, but unlucky for Frederick Van Eekhoven. Well, Frederick's trying to come back at him. Down the inside on the brakes. Not quite got the overlap. So Josh Clog, hashtag ClogChamp, doing a fine, fine job at the moment, but he's got a couple of guys behind him quite close. Aaron Smith and Camille van den Driesche is there as well. But of course, all of this is helping out Tito Granja because he is going to be able to run away. Oh, Dries Vandenright has made a mistake and gone straight on. Does a good job not to spin the car completely, but he's lost a couple of places. Look at the train of cars ahead of him. Ross Nicholson looking to make a move on Sabatini. Sabatini, of course, leading the AM category, so he needs to pick his battles here, and Ross needs to be careful not to ruin his chances. You live at Zolder. Fair enough, fair enough. But yes, ClogChamp, everybody. 3rd at the moment. Doing a cracking job. But just behind, there is Van Eekhoven. These cars have got some real pace around there, haven't they? I hope you are all enjoying the broadcast tonight. I do apologise about the cameras. I will try and sort something out afterwards. I know I've got another camera pack somewhere, so I'll try and sort that out. Yes, I do agree, Mr. Hedgecock. The new Brawn-style liveries on the BritTech cars do look fantastic. Hopefully we'll be seeing them before the end of the season. Whoa, Josh Clog is really pushing that car here, trying to get away from Eekhoven, but he's, well, I would say he's eking closer to the back of him. Trying to go around the outside, doesn't quite work for the 77. He wants to get a cutback, but it doesn't work there. He's got to be careful, of course, for Aaron Smith behind him. And then Camille van den Driesche. Also, I'm quite pleased at how quickly I've learned these names, to be honest. I've not seen a lot of these guys before. Oh, Clog. He runs wide. Down the inside goes Van Eekhoven. Nicely done. Prize open a gap. Tries to go down the inside. We can't see what's happening because there's a hill in the way. There's still a little bit of an overlap, though. And Josh is going to defend this as best he can. Van Eekhoven goes through, though. What can Aaron Smith do here? Let's go on board with Aaron and see what the view looks like from his, well, point of view, I suppose. Tito Granja. Is still in 2nd place, but look at the gap out front to Herbigno. We'll go on the intervals just so you can see how close all the cars are. Smith is putting Clog under good pressure here. 5.9 second lead now for Herbigno. Doing an amazing job. Of course, the second race tonight is determined by a reverse grid, anywhere from 8 to 20 cars, or a full reverse grid can be drawn. I believe the reverse grid applies to any cars that are 1 lap down or less. Oh yeah, the tent and the hill both look good, mate. They certainly do. They're absolutely on it. Oh, also the sponsors hoardings, don't forget those. Some great liveries out on show tonight. We'll look a bit further back. There's Ben White, and of course your AM-class leader, Sabatini, just behind. Nicholson and Van den Rijt still having a good old scrap. These are the 2 closest cars on track at the moment. Popping out from behind the hill. Well, it looks like Van den Rijt goes for the gap down the inside. It's a very difficult corner to get right as turn 2 at Zolder, because there's so many different lines you can go around there. I want to just have a look a bit further down the order. Sherman's here, down in 17th place at the moment, 1 lap down. He was second on the grid going into this as well. Ronald Moons was quite high up as well, I believe. He's 18th as it stands in the plain orange car. Lee Woodburn, he's fallen down as well. So is Brian Loynes. He's dropped 9 places. He started 11th on the grid. And Ben Cullen. Out of the race is Stephen DeWolf, Stephen Grabowski, Matthias Groen and Simone Giovannini. Still the closest 2 cars on track are these boys. Yes, Clog does need to just get into a rhythm. This is very exciting between these pair. We don't want to go on board with that one. We want that one. Van den Rijt trying to put the pressure on Ross Nicholson as best he can. He's down the inside of the brakes. Ross doesn't really leave much room. Wow. Squeezes him there on the way into the chicane, and it's the fastest lap of the race by Herbinio. He's got a 7.1 second lead now. Showing us all how it's done, but what a great scrap we've got going on here. This is for the last few places in the top 10. Van den Rijt really putting him under pressure. It's the Belgian against the Brit. But Ross, to be fair, keeping his composure at the moment by the look of it. 45 viewers. Hello, everybody. Thank you for tuning in tonight. We've got 2 fantastic races for you. Lap 8 out of 13 at the moment. It does say that there's 45 minutes of it, and it's not really meant to show that much, to be honest with you. Down on the brakes, through the gears. Looks like Ross has got the legs on Van den Rijt through here at the moment. Well, through there he certainly hasn't. Van den Rijt closes back up. So close between these boys, really good stuff. Round the outside goes Van den Rijt. Still can't make a move. Josh Clog has got closer to the back of Van Eekhoven again. But he's got to be very careful of Aaron Smith behind him. There's some cars going into the pits. That's Giovannini and Stefan Grabowski. I think they might have had some issues and then tried to come back out and it's not quite worked. But this is Josh Clog. And that's the top of some gazebos. Oh, he's really pushing every inch of the circuit. Really committed all the way through here. Oh, it looks like White's gone off. Ben White has had an incident. Let's have a quick check of what happened to Ben White for the Brittech Simsport team. Oh, he's just going to hop the curb. Oh, the car gets away from him. Nicely saved, though, to keep it out of the wall. Very nicely saved to keep it out of the wall, indeed. Go back live. This is still going on, you know. Nicholson and Van den Rijt, and they've caught up to Sabatini now as well, so maybe another guy getting involved in this fight too. We've got a good battle going on here as well, to be honest with you. This is Granier with Van Eekhoven behind, then Clog. So they've really caught back up to Granier, to be honest with you. There was quite a gap earlier. But this is a good scrap for the final few podium spots. Oh, just behind there. Oh, that was Camille van den Driesche just making a bit of a mistake over the curbs. Van den Ruyt and Nicholson still together again. Mr. Werrell is in 10th position. So he's into the top 10, second in class at the moment. Rutten is third in class, that's Tim Rutten, here he is in the DSRT car. Making his way over the chicanes, and Van den Ruyt has got past Nicholson. As soon as we cut away from it, we miss it. Let's go back and have a look. Just putting the pressure on. This final sector is very difficult. He's got a bit of the slipstream there, gradually closing on Ross. Oh, Ross, oh, just gets it sideways on the brakes. And nice stuff by Van den Ruyt there to make that stick. Good avoidance as well, he got very close to the back of him. Now Granier doesn't have this easy here, you know, because behind him, there's Van Eekhoven. We've got 2 laps to go after this one. And Andy, you are absolutely spot on with that, mate. I will agree wholeheartedly that the Sim Racers World Series really do have great racing. There's a fantastic mix of talent. So Josh Clog at the moment fiercely forward in 4th position. The other fiercely forward car, Jack Werrell, has gained 6 places at the moment into 10th position. We'll have a look at the gains on the left hand side just so you can see. I believe Jack's actually the biggest mover in the race at the moment. He is indeed. So there you go, there's an achievement for Jack. Just needs to keep it clean. Sabatini's had a good race as well, gaining 5 positions. Still leading the class as well. Herbigno is showing us all how it's done at the moment. One more lap to go after this for Herbigno. Or is it Herbigno? I'm sorry if I'm getting it wrong, like I say. Just want to make sure I get these things right. Of course, first broadcast of the season. I only saw these names for the first time about an hour ago. But he's doing a fantastic job. Oh, we've got a car off. Tim Rutten. He's had a nightmare. That's at turn 1, I believe, as well. Has he just locked it on the brakes? Oh, sorry, that's Wayne Palmer we're looking at. So here's Tim Rutten's incident. Out the final corner. Very easy to lose the back end. Goes in a bit hot. Oh, the car gets away and it's just a slight spin. He's lucky that it doesn't get beached, to be fair. He's in 14th at the moment, still 3rd in the category. Oh, and Ross Nicholson getting past Sabatini. Sorry, Van den Ruyt getting past Sabatini. Down the inside he goes. White flag in the air for Christophe Herbigno at the beginning of the field. But yes, hammer time Tito. It certainly is. Herbigno doing the fastest lap of the race just for good measure. A 1:22.7, half a second quicker than Granier on that last lap. But you know what? It looks like Granier's got this sorted here. Oh, Wayne Palmer and Tim Rutten having a bit of a swap around here. Palmer in the Pro category and Rutten in the AM category. Good scrap between these pair. Well, Herbigno, only half a lap to go here to round out Herbigno. Okay, thank you. Herbigno. We'll stay with that, shall we? He's coming up on lap traffic, but he's only got half a lap, like I say. Not even that now, a couple of corners. And this very, very dominant performance for Devotion Sim Racing will be rounded out. He's got Simone Giovannini just in front of him there. in the AM category. And out of the final corner, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together. Christophe Herbignaud, fantastic drive. Lights to flag victory from pole position. Don't get much better than that. Tito Grania is going to take second position for Spain, and it's two Belgians on the podium as Frederik van Eekhoven finishes ahead of Josh Klog, who finishes in fourth with Smith behind him there as well. Smith and Klog had a bit of a swap round on that final lap. Camille Vendendriesche finishes in sixth, and Dries van den Rijt, finishing in seventh. Sabatini wins the AM class on his first appearance, with Jack Werrell second as well for the Fiercely Forward team. Third position in class is going to be Tim Rutten. Despite that spin earlier, the 139 car crosses the line, and it's a little bit of silverware for him. And as we all know, a little bit of the bubbly as well. Just see some of the other guys. Wayne Palmer crossing the line. Paul Godden in the Sim Stickers car has about half a lap to go. Just a couple of corners anyway. But we do need to look back at the start and see what happened, and see whether my PC, of course, will hack it. Because it didn't like the damage model in the TCR cars on Tuesday night, did it? But there was a humongous pile-up in that, so we'll see what happens. Well done, Jack. That was a great drive, mate. Ben White, 12th place overall for BritTech Simsport. There is Paul Godden across the line. But there is your race winner, Christophe Herbignaud. I still can't get it right. Herbignaud. What an awesome drive. And what a very pretty car as well. The number 3 machine dominating that race. And we'll have to see whether he can do the same in the second one. So I believe the results count as official now. You should see them anyway. Please, software, please help me. We had this issue last time, where the software doesn't like me. And it's still not letting me bring up the results. Why, oh why, oh why. Why, oh why. Why, oh why, eh? Do you have an idea? Because I don't. I'm really sorry about this, everybody. It's happened again. I'm just trying to fix it out on here. Seems like nothing I do is working. Why can't you just click a button and it work? Oh, there's some race info for you. So I'll go through the results on my screen. Christophe Herbignaud wins the race from Tito Grania and Frederik van Eekhoven. Josh Klog finishes in 4th ahead of Aaron Smith, the 2nd in 5th place. Camille Vendendriesche finishes in 6th with Dries van den Rijt in 7th. Matthias Sabatini wins the AM class in 8th position with Ross Nicholson in 9th. Jack Werrell rounds out your top 10, 2nd in class. Bart Delman finishes 11th ahead of Ben White in 12th. Tim Rutten 13th with Wayne Palmer 14th and Paul Godden in 15th place. John McConville finishes 16th ahead of Nick Shermans, who started 2nd on the grid, so we really need to have a look back at what happened to him. Ronald Moons finished 18th ahead of Lee Woodburn 19th. Brian Loynes in 20th, and 21st was Ben Cullen. 22nd was Simone Giovannini, with Stephen Growowski in 23rd, Stephen DeWolf in 24th, and Matthias Groen did not finish the race either. So I need to have a look back then. See what happened at the start then to Nick Shermans. Can we get a good view from here? Can we get the chopper cam? Here we go. So Nick Sherman's disappeared pretty much. We'll go in slow-mo while the camera decides to wobble all over the place. Sherman's looked like he got a really good start, to be honest, but I think I missed what happened to him. Let's just play it. He got a good start alongside Herbignaud. Oh, actually, he made a mistake early on, didn't he? Did he get collected by somebody else? Thanks, Ollie. But yeah, downloaded a new thing today so we could get the results working, and it just doesn't bring anything up for me. And it was supposed to work and bring something up. Yeah, Nick seemed to just disappear at some point because he's still on the track and fine there. We'll go back to the green flag and have a look at some of these guys that missed out. So Matthias Groen lost out. He was a bit further down the order. We'll fast forward it a little bit. So, just in front. Oh, there's a car already across and around. That's Stephen DeWolf, and he just doesn't see him. Look at that, clouts into him. There goes the nose, there go the wheels. Stephen DeWolf gets properly collected. There's cars in front there as well. There's Stephen DeWolf. Grabowski's in the wall. Giovannini's in the air. Wow, look at that. Properly in the air. Gets caught on something. We've got Brian Loynes there off the circuit. So plenty of cars hanging around, causing quite a bit of damage to each other. Anyway, for the second race this evening, of course, we do have the reverse grid for this season. Now, I've got this on a little Excel formula just in the background here. So the positions that we're going to draw out, let me just go back and read these out from the message that I received earlier. It can be 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, or full. Now, I know that usually, just to add a bit of fairness in here, these rules tend to only apply to cars that are 1 lap down or less. And by the look of it, let me just go into the iRacing UI and have a look on here, just so it's in your screen in front of you. So there you go, Nick Sherman's was the last car that was 1 lap down. So if we get anything above a 16 reverse grid, basically, Nick will be on pole position. So I'll just run this here. And it's come out at 14, so it's going to be Wayne Palmer on pole position ahead of Tim Rutten with Ben White and Bart Delman behind. Jack Werrell will be 5th on the grid. So, if you join me and of course the rest of the guys in about 5-10 minutes time, we'll be back with you and we should have the second of the 2 races tonight. Don't go away.
Like 2 fires, movement so graceful. Wildcat in the jungle with dangerous claws. Movement she anticipates, a sight is set on her prey. Like stars in the darkest night, crystallize, fascinate. If you wanna stay alive, if you don't wanna be her prey, don't stand in her way. Run, run, run away. Crystallize, 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 watching her prey. Crystallize, crystallize.
I'll put on a nice, gentler song for you, by the way. So the second race then, we're just loading into the session now. I apologise, the advert break is probably not long enough. But we will have the second session in just a minute, actually. We're jumping in it as we speak. Of course, I really do apologise for that results screen thing. I know that, you know, you could sit there and say there's not really a lot I can do, but it's just frustrating that it doesn't work at my end, to be honest. So I'm going to try and get something working now. I'm going to be editing it just between races, so if you do hear any Windows noises or anything like that, then I do apologise. But we should have things all figured out in a moment. I've realised there is something else that I can try to download. So I'm just trying to see whether I can get it to work now for you. Because if we can, then we're all good, aren't we? We're all golden. Properly golden. And that's what we want in this chat. We want golden results. We want things to work, because that's what you want from software, isn't it? You want it to work. And to be honest, I'd rather try and make sure that it's not me doing something wrong before I badmouth any software, because the SDK gaming software is magnificent. Do not get me wrong. It is unbelievably good. Pascal Hagelin does a lot of the coding for it, and Apex Racing TV, of course, use it primarily over everybody else. And wow, what a bit of software it is. So, of course, thank you to the guys for starting all that. Thank you very much, DSRT. Very pleased that you're enjoying it, my friend. Of course, if you missed it before as well, you can catch me at chaslington.com. I do have my own website and media project. I'm also on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. Just search for Chaslington, you'll probably find me anyway. Okay, so I'm going to just try. What I'm going to do is I'll see whether I can get the results to show up when we get into the session. One more race tonight, of course. The reverse grid determining that. Can we see Erbinio sort this out? Thank you very much, Ollie. Either that or you mean Jack. I think Jack will do fine, to be honest. He had a good race one performance anyway, so hopefully we can see more of that. I've just realised something horrendous. I knocked over my drinks bottle during race one and it's gone all over my floor. How much fun is that? Race 2 will be back for you in just a moment. I believe we're having a slight issue with the session. Yep, the second server is just going up, so there will be a bit more of a delay, I apologise. You will lose the sound of the cars for a minute. And we've just got to jump into the other session rather than that one. But no problem, these things happen. It's all part of the fun. Of course, first series round tonight as well. Bart doing a cracking job with the organisation. Of course, everyone at Simracersworld that does this. I'm just trying to figure out which session it is. That one. Okay. I know that all you're doing right now is looking at the same thumbnail this whole time. Thank you very much, Chris. I really do appreciate that. Thank you. It's great fun. I love doing this sort of stuff. I'll tell you what we can do. If you want, see me if you want. I'm just realising now though that it's got all my social media tags and things on it. We don't want all of that, do we? We don't want that. No, no. But very quickly, hello everybody. This is what I do. I literally sit here and shout at race cars. It's quite good fun, to be honest. But just getting everything set up over here with the live timing, and here with the session. And we've got, look, tell you what, ready? There's you lot, there's chat, say hello chat. We're just having a quick break while Bart sorts the session out then. I'll be back with you in a minute. And yes, Andy, thank you so much for asking, mate. My little one is with his granddad tonight, with my dad, so he's a very happy boy. He loves visiting his granddad. He's a lot better today. We shall be in a session soon, I promise you. It's just loading now. Trying to get it done as quickly as possible. Okay, just loading in now then. Hello, Giuseppe. Yeah, we still need to wait for some of the guys to get into this new session, by the way. Here he is. My brother is in chat, everybody. Give him some clap emojis for Mr. Matty Draycott. Go on. Thanks very much, Andy. Trying my best, mate. Trying my best. As you can see here, we are just loading into the session right now, then. It's only going to be another minute or so. And hopefully once we've got everybody in, we'll be all good to go. I'll keep it on the screen for you there so you can see it all. Oh, there you go. There's some lovely stuff for you. There's some race information, which we all know and love. Yes, Ollie. Yes, they have. Thank you, everyone, for the clap chat emojis. There he is. There he is. There's the boy. So, back at Zolder for the second race tonight. We've got cars out on track, plenty of them. And just bear with me. Sorry, I just have to do something on my screen. One sec. Just going to load up some lovely camera packs for you. Here we go, we should have some good camera packs now for you. Oh yeah, look at that. They're just like they were before. Oh no, seems like they're okay. They're a bit far away. So Ben White does the fastest time in the session at the moment. We've got a car in the wall. Here's Josh Clogg. What can Josh manage in this one? He did alright in the first race, did Josh? I think he finished 4th in the end in the number 13 car. That's the wrong camera, Chaz. Yeah, just loading the camera packs up, Chris, just to make sure that I've got the right circuit cameras on, because the last ones that I edited were terrible. looking at the back of tents and stuff as we went along. Still on 38 viewers at the moment. Thank you everybody for tuning in. We've got another race coming up for you in just a second while we get the guys into the session. Oh, you can see the results if you want, mate. I don't think it'll bring anything up, to be honest. No, we've not got any results because nothing's happening. So here we are on board with Josh Clogg then, down the straight into turn 1, onto the brakes. It's a very late apex turn 1. You just kiss it on the inside, let the car run out wide, try not to get too much curb. Onto the brakes again for turn 2. Many different lines you can take around there. It's a very wide open corner. Yeah, you can get you can edit all the track cameras and stuff, mate. You can edit pretty much every camera in iRacing and then save it. So people do camera packs for circuits. No problem there is, mate. No problem. Oh, Joshy boy, through the chicane, clips the curb, spins the car around on the grass. Is he going to carry on? He is. Gets going again. He's going to be over the crest somewhere. Come on, Josh, today. Nope, he's disappeared. Here's Brian Loynes. What is that camera? Who put that there? Brian Loynes doesn't seem to have his livery on at the moment. I can hear a car around. I can hear people spinning around. Oh, I'm going to change these cameras back. I think the ones I had before were better, you know. Yeah, we may look at the back of some tents, but I'd rather that than not see anything at all and be 40 miles away. Oh, excuse me. Okay, so Tito Grania. Round the back of the tent he goes. Oh, Ronald Moon's top in the Racemaster Esports car. Let's see him coming from behind the tents. There he is. Nicholson goes top, Ross Nicholson. We do have all 25 cars in by the look of it. I think we... Actually, sorry, 22 cars in this second race. Okay, here's your grid then. Wayne Palmer, pole position alongside Tim Rutten. Then it's Ben White and Bart Delman on row 2. Jack Werrell 5th with Ross Nicholson in 6th. Mattia Sabatini, your AM-class winner from race 1, starts in 7th with Dries van den Rij in 8th. Then it's Camille van den Driesche in 9th with Aaron Smith II in 10th. Ahead of Josh Clogg in 11th and Frederick Eekhoven in 12th. We then have Tito Grania and race 1 winner Christophe Herbigno, or Herbigno. Paul Godden 15th with Nick Shermans in 16th, hoping for more luck in this one. Ronald Moons in 17th position, ahead of Brian Loynes, and then with Simone Giovannini in 19th. Stefan Grabowski in 20th, Stephen DeWolf 21st, and Matthias Groen in 22nd. The music will shut up. We'll get back into race mode on the overlay. And fingers crossed we should have another good race here. Get your bets in. Round 2 of the Sim Stickers Simracersworld Formula 3 Series is away. Oh, it's a poor start for Tim Rutten. He's dropped it off the line. Doesn't look like any such issues this time round. Who is that going through the middle trying to gain places? That's Jack Werrell. We're going to keep our eyes out further down the order. No messes or accidents by the look of it. Stephen DeWolf lost a couple of places there at the back, but it's Wayne Palmer leading the way in Sim Stickers car. Britsec Simsports Ben White in 2nd. There he is behind the tent. There he is. Just ahead of Tim Rutten. Down the inside goes Jack Werrell. Jack really pushing here to try and find a gap. Oh, there's contact and he's clipped him in the around. Oh, they're right in front of the pack. There's cars all over the shop. There's debris everywhere. Oh, that is just how fragile these cars are. Stefan Grabowski's there. There's Josh Clogg with no rear wing. That looked like Ronald Moons in the wall with no... Yep, he's got no hope there. That car's damaged and battered. there's cars around even further after that as well. Nick Sherman's is still off, he's in the wall. Race leader Wayne Palmer then, ahead of Ben White. Sorry, Ben popped to the top of my timing screen for a second there. Mattia Sabatini is leading the class once again for Prunaro team. Then we have Van den Wright. Erbigno's up 8 places. Simone Giovannini up 11 at the moment in a battle with Aaron Smith the second. But wow, that was a tough one. Rutten is racing for DSRT. That was a bit of a bad one, that, to be honest. Bad incident to have on the first lap. Look at Aaron Smith here. Brian Loynes now having a fight with him. Side by side as they go across the line. This is for 9th and 10th position. Brian's gone very deep into turn 1, but you know what? He's got it done. There's a car coming out of the pit lane, though. He needs to be careful. And they're all good by the look of it then. Further up the order, Van den Wright is close with Erbigno. Just behind him, there is the Frenchman on the prowl. Yeah, it looks like both the fiercely forward cars are out, I'm afraid. All the cars in the pits, then we've got Josh Clogg, Tim Rutten, Jack Werrell. Wow, someone with a real amount of damage there is... Who is that one at the front, actually? It's Camille van den Driesche. He's got all the damage in the world. Oh, Ben White. Ben White is off and in the wall. Ross Nicholson's come back on as well. Ben White has gone off. I'm trying to get the replay of it. Again, we'll have a look back at the start of the race at the end when we've got a bit more time to avoid all this. Ross Nicholson's gone off the track. Here's Ben White. It's Ross Nicholson with him. Oh, they get together. Oh, Ross clips the grass. Wow, Ben White goes over in spectacular fashion. Wheels everywhere, wings everywhere. That's not what he wanted. Here's your race leader then, Wayne Palmer. Mattia Sabatini's got up into 2nd place here. Van den Wright, Erbigno, they've all gone back down. Aaron Smith and who else was up there that was battling before? Brian Loynes, they've both dropped down quite a bit. It's crazy. Crazy race here going on. Just trying to catch up in the... oh, there's contact! The 107 Giovannini's around. He gets a hit. Gets it back across the track and out of the way as Bart Delman goes through. There is... oh no, sorry. Not Bart, that was a car that was a lap down going through there. But Wayne Palmer leading the way at the moment. Stephen DeWolf and Bart Delman going past Grabowski there in the Alpha Tauri livery. There is Bart Delman. It's a very feisty start to the race. I do apologise if I'm not holding up or not keeping up as well as you'd like. I do apologise. Here's a good battle between Van den Wright with Erbigno coming down the inside. Granier does the fastest lap of the race just behind these boys. Granier's going to have a good view of this. Let's go on board. He's got Van den Wright just in front. Sabatini, of course, leading the AM category at the moment. There you can see at the top of your screen, Palmer leading the race. Oh, look at the speed, Granier. Oh, he just followed him through there, nearly ran into the back of him. Looks like he's going to get the move done down the inside on the brakes. Nice stuff by Tito Granier. Hops the curbs, keeps the car under control, and he's going to chase down Erbigno. And of course, Sabatini only just in front of Erbigno, and just in front of him is Palmer. So that's actually the battle for the lead that you see between these guys now. All the top 4-5 on the screen there at one time. Oh, Van den Wright has got back past Granier. And now Granier's under pressure. Oh, he's not under pressure, sorry, because that is the number 13 car. That's Josh Clogg, a lap down for Fiercely Forward. He's got the car fixed and back out on track, but a little bit too late. And Alex Torres. Everybody give Alex Torres a wave in chat, please. Mr. Torres, the Spanish Inquisition himself, joins us from the TCR series. Hello, my friend. Good to see you. Matisse Groen's back out on track as well in this second race, by the way. Didn't really give him much airtime in race 1, so there he is. The number 146 privateer car. We'll go back and look at the front though, because this is such a spicy battle between these guys. Palmer leading the way, then Sabatini, then Erbigno. Tito Granier is very close to the back of Van den Ruyt. Carries a bit too much speed in there and loses a bit of momentum. Josh Clogg and Jack Werrell both back out on track, 13th and 14th at the moment. If you're wondering as well, by the way, the cars, sorry, the names that are blue on the left-hand side means they're a lap down. So Groen at the moment is the last car on the lead lap. We've had some fantastic racing so far. Of course, these things... Oh, as Erbigno looks down the inside of Sabatini. We've had some great racing so far. I was just about to say, these things are so fragile and sensitive to damage, of course. One little tap and that can be your race over, which is a real shame. We'll go on board with Erbigno. He was the guy to watch in race 1. He just drove away from the field. Oh. What's happened there? If anybody could please explain what just happened, I would be... okay. I really don't have an answer for that there. That just popped him into the pit lane. It's crazy. I don't understand that one bit. Anyway. Oh, it looks like... oh, no. No, 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 no. Palmer losing out. Go on board with him, just see how that felt from here. That's a lead change. Erbigno leading the pro category at the moment. Oh, Tito Granier's gone off track as well. In the meantime, we'll have to have a look back at it. Oh, look at that. You just get freight train through there, completely freight train. Tito Granier's gone off circuit and come back on. Here it is. Oh, he clips the grass and into the wall. Surely, no, actually, he keeps out of the wall. It's the curb that damages the car. And he has to sit and wait as it hops over the curbs. So Sabatini leading the race overall at the moment. Erbigno second, Van den Ruyt third. Aaron Smith is in fourth position with Wayne Palmer now in fifth. That car just behind him is Jack Werrell, who is 14th overall. Josh Clogg is now actually on the lead lap, it seems. Or is he? No, he's not. I apologise. He's on the same lap as his teammate, Jack Werrell. But this is the battle for the race lead. Erbigno behind Sabatini. Sabatini, of course, leading the AM category and the race overall at the moment. Looks like De Wolf is very close to the back of Brian Loynes. Brian Loynes, of course, second in the AM category, so he needs to just play it safe, just in case anything happens up front to Sabatini. Erbigno now takes the race lead, by the way. It's typical that as soon as I... oh, well, I say wait for something to happen to Sabatini, and there you go. As soon as I look away, Sabatini loses it. That was commentator's curse, wasn't it? That was the commentator's curse there, saying that Brian needs to keep it under control, just in case anything happens. Oh, they both go around. Oh, Van den Ruyt gets going again, but Sabatini writes it off, puts it in the wall, and that is the end of his race. Erbigno then leading the way for the second time tonight. There's Wayne Palmer in fourth. And here is your AM class leader now, Brian Loynes, in a fight with Stephen De Wolf. Of course, he doesn't need to fight him. He's doing a cracking job as it stands. Second in the category is Stephen Grabowski, and then Giovannini just behind there in third, hoping to avenge his fallen teammate Sabatini. Looks like Tito Granier as well has stayed in the pits. We've got a lot of cars in the pits, man. 10 cars in the pits. Sorry. 7 cars in the pits overall. The rest are out on track. De Wolf and Daleman here very close together. Oh, they were. Well, there's commentator's curse number 496 of my career. De Wolf spins it and into the gravel he goes. Giovannini going through there. Erbigno's not completely, well, I was going to say he's not completely run away with this, but it's Van den Ruyt that's not completely run away from Smith here. The gap is about a second. You did see an Alpha Tauri livery, or Alpha Tauri livery. It's Stephen Grabowski. Oh, there's a car backwards there. Well, it wasn't Josh Clogg, so it could only be Jack Werrell. Oh, Jackaboy, what have you done? Oh, he loses it on the brakes. Does a great job of stopping the car there, though, and making sure that no one else loses out. So Erbigno leading the race then on lap 9 of 20. Of course, the second one is a longer race. Josh Clogg is on for a top 10 finish here. And here he is. He may be a lap down. Matisse Groen is there. So he's just on the next lap. So he's about half a lap behind at the moment, is Groen. Is Clogg, sorry. The field nice and spread out now, as you'll see here. There's no real close battles together. They are the drivers' positions on track. So everyone's actually in a similar place on track, despite some of these guys being a lap down at the moment. Dave Cyrus, I really like that comparison, that it was like Robot Wars. Big fan of that. Of course, don't forget to subscribe to Simracersworld TV. Every 2 weeks we are going to be bringing you this series. We've got 6 race meetings, 12 races total. Well, we're looking at the moment at the class of the field. Christophe Erbigno. Godden and Werrell. I think Werrell's just gained a place because he's gone past Sabatini while he was in the pits. That's why they changed around. Aaron Smith, the second, is currently third as things stand. It'd be more ironic if he got second place. Van den Ruyt is 2 seconds ahead. At the moment, the car in front of him isn't Van den Ruyt. The car in front is number 13. That is Josh Clogg. Oh, okay, we'll keep the mini map up for you. I'm not personally a big fan of it, but it's there for you. So you can see where the race leader is then. Erbigno just about to go across the line now. You can see where 4th and 5th are as well, the 2 white dots a little bit further back. What determines the colour of the car is the colour of the standard iRacing paint they run. Erbigno fastest lap of the race, 1:23.1. I think he did a 1:22.7 in race 1 and a 1:22.3 in qualifying. Tito Granier is going back down the order, unfortunately, guys. Running so well earlier on, and this isn't the most immersive of things, but we'll go on board just so you can see what these drivers will see exactly, and the noise of the Formula 3 sounds great. See the forest that they go into here on this view. It's such a compact little circuit is Zolder, it's brilliant. But if it goes wrong, it goes properly wrong. Oh, Grabowski, he's off and in the wall. What has he done? It's the Alpha Tauri livery. Oh, just a bit hot into the chicane. He's done well to keep that out of the wall though. Reverses it a little bit, not too much, not onto the racing line. Oh, nice. I'd say that's a good recovery, to be honest, from Stephen. Matisse Groen is 10th at the moment. Josh Clogg is in 11th place on the same lap, but he's 49 seconds off him. We're over the halfway point. Palmer does his fastest lap of the race in 4th position. That's the number 33 Sim Stickers car. But Devotion Sim Racing can be very, very happy with Christophe Herbigneau at the moment. To show you the gains of these guys, some of the guys at the top that survived the incident. Loins, Giovannini, De Wolf, Grabowski, Groen, they've all gained over 10 positions. So has Herbigneau. Smith gained 7 and Van den Rijk gained 6. Just shows you what the chaos of the start has caused. Of course, we will go back and have a look at it. But I believe it was Jack Werrell that was involved. Here's 5th place Bart Delman. Only 0.7 of a second behind. Oh, Grabowski's off again. Oh, he's lost his wheels. He's put it in the wall. What's he done now? It gets worse for Stephen Grabowski. Oh, is he going to clip the gravel out of here and then put it in the wall on the other side? Oh, no, he's hit the curb. Oh, okay, iRacing. I'll just leave that with you. Josh Clogg has got into the top 10. You boys can celebrate. You boys can celebrate. Josh Clogg goes into 10th position in the 13 car. This is why you get back out on track after an incident and plug away. He's doing a cracking job and back in the top 10 now. Brian Loins leading the AM class, of course. Let's not forget about him. I'm not quite sure that's the livery that he had on earlier. But Brian Loins doing everything he needs to do. Giovannini is 2nd in class there. 4.4 seconds back. We've got 7 laps to go. And just behind him, on track there, is Van Eekhoven. Van Eekhoven had a really, really good first race, but unfortunately getting caught up in that incident before has knocked him down. He's 15th now. Yeah, I really do feel sorry for Stephen Grabowski in that incident, because that was just mad. Oh, Tim Rutten has apparently gone off the circuit. What's happened to Tim? He's a couple of laps down. Oh, just way too hot into the chicane. Nice little drift, drags some of the dirt onto the circuit. That's something you've got to love about iRacing, isn't it? Here's the 2 closest cars on track then. This is Bart Delman. 6/10 behind him is Wayne Palmer. We'll go on board with Wayne in the chase. That wasn't an onboard camera, Charles. Get your stuff right, come on. Just in case you can't see where they are on the track map, it's the very bottom left now, the number 5. This, of course, Sim Stickers, the championship sponsor. We're very grateful for them for sponsoring the series. It's great to have another name on board with Simracersworld. Just shows how strong the community gets. Oh, was around in front, Daleman. As soon as I look away from my screen, he's gone. Not sure whether it was too much curb. Honestly, I should not look away from my screen at any point. I am so sorry. I am very sorry. We'll have a look at what Bart Delman did. And just to rub it in a little bit, I know Bart won't be a fan. Here it is in slow-mo. Goes into the chicane. Wow, that is a lot of curb, and a Formula 3 car will not be appreciative of that. I'm quite glad we did that in slow-mo, because that looks fantastic. Sorry though, Bart. And he's actually in the pits as well, so it must have really damaged the bottom of the car. Josh Clogg goes up to 9th position. Everybody put your hands in the air for Josh Clogg. Don't think Werrell's going to get his top 10 though. 5 laps to go, and, well, Herbigneau making it look very easy at the moment. That was Ben White just getting out of the way there for BritTech Simsport. Ben White 21st overall at the moment, but he's carrying on after getting damage earlier, so fair play to him. He's doing everything he needs to do. At the end of the day, you get points for finishing these races, as far as I know. And Van den Rijk, I tell you what, you've got to give him a shout. He's 2nd at the moment. just doing his own thing. Now the field is a bit spread out, of course. These guys are just cracking on. This is data wire racing as well, which I didn't mention before. Dries van den Rijt. Brilliant overtake from Clog. Oh, of course. Down a straight while the other guy's in the pits. Pfft. It's unheard of. On-track overtakes only. Well, you say that. Bart now is about to slip out of the top 10 because here is Paul Godden. He's going to get back into the top 10 now for sim stickers. Most places gained at the moment, by the way. Steven de Wolf and Matthias Groen, 14 each, as you can see on the left of your screen there. Look at it quickly, because there it goes. Just for the fans, I know there's a couple of you in chat, we'll go on board with Jack Werrell for a lap then, see how he cracks on. Paul Godden is only 9 seconds ahead of Jack here, and if Bart Delman stays in the pits for any longer, then Jack might actually get into the top 10. Can you believe it? Oh, Ross Nicholson's car's stopped. He's crashed. Here it is on board. Is he going to hit the chicane? Big bit of curb and around it goes. Nicely saved. Those tyres are going to be like squares after that though. Oh, tries to get it around the other way. It's damaged the car a little bit, I think. But yes, we'll go back with Jack Werrell, who in front of him now has one of the Prunero team cars. Sorry, Prunaro team cars. So Daleman and Godden are on the same lap as Jack Werrell, so he genuinely does have a chance at a top 10. Oh, that car really is holding him up in front. I believe that's Giovannini. It is. 6th place Giovannini. 2nd in the AM class at the moment. Brian Loynes, of course, leading the class. But Giovannini won't have a blue flag or anything. He won't need to let Werrell go through, even if Werrell is quicker than him. Oh, as Giovannini blips out for a second there. Werrell goes through, he lets him through nicely. Very polite of him. Jack Werrell is now in 11th position, and Paul Godden is 11 seconds in front. Now with a couple of laps left, I'm not sure that he's going to get that done. Fastest lap of the race, Herbigno, 1:22.5. What a guy. Now I don't want to jinx anything, but if Herbigno comes across this line, all 35 of you viewers in this chat right now have to fill that screen with clapping emojis if he takes the win, because it's been an epic first night of the championship for him. Pole position and potentially 2 wins. He won race 1 and got fastest lap in race 1. Jack Werrell is really on the form at the moment. Look at him go. Let's just have a quick look at where Godden is in comparison. So Jack crosses the line. There is Godden. You can see them on the map. Godden's just in the bottom left. Werrell's just the sort of slightly yellow number 11, just going around the other corner. The gap is still 11.1 seconds though, so I think Godden's got the pace to stay ahead. Closest 2 cars on track are Giovannini and de Wolf, although, oh, Palmer's around. I was just going to say Brian Loynes and Palmer swap places, so let's have a look at what happened to Wayne. This chicane has caught a lot of drivers out tonight. It's not easy to do. All you've got to do, oh, is just brake too hard and misjudge it. Nice little 360 though from Palmer. Gets the car back across without damaging the floor. It's one of the most important things in these cars. Well, they were the closest 2 cars on track. Closest 2 were actually Dries van den Rijt and Aaron Smith the second. There's the gap. And Loynes is 4th at the moment, leading the AM category. but Jack Werrell still 11 seconds off the top 10. For the interviews, the drivers just need to go into the interview waiting room in the Simracersworld Discord. I'm in the broadcast booth, all on my own. There's nobody else in any of the voice chat. Just looking over at my other screen. This is Smith, currently on for a podium as things stand. Tito Grania is still back out on track. There's Stephen DeWolf in front of him. Pretty much everyone out on track except for 3 cars. Nick Sherman, Stephen Grabowski, and Bart Daleman's just come back out now. So 2 cars only that aren't on track. So fair play to these boys for sticking with it. The white flag is out for Christophe Herbignaud. And I think it's very fitting that we ride on board for this final lap. Unless something major happens behind, I'm going to keep my eye out for it. But what a fantastic and exemplary performance this has been by Herbignaud. I may have got his name wrong at the start, and he deserves better than that. But it's going to be very hard to catch him in the championship if he keeps this up. He's doing a wonderful job. Properly wonderful job. Through the chicanes, makes it look easy. Only a couple of corners to go now. Ross Nicholson's been off track again in the background. Tim Rutten's had a nightmare as well. Those two are sticking together, but out the final corner. Clap emojis in chat, please. Christophe Herbignaud, 2 out of 2, pole position, fastest lap both races, both race wins. What an insane drive that is from Christophe Herbignaud. Incredible performance. Dries van den Rijt finishes 2nd for Data Wire Racing. Awesome drive for him. Aaron Smith is going to cross the line in 3rd. Brilliant podium for those boys. Brian Loynes is leading the AM category with only a couple of corners to go. And he's going to take a very convincing victory, 16 seconds ahead of the next AM class car. Round the final corner then, checkered flag in the air. The iRacing flag guy will go absolutely bonkers for Brian Loynes. 4th place overall, 14 places gained in that race. What a drive. Wayne Palmer coming out the final corner to finish 5th overall, with Giovannini finishing in 6th position. 2nd in class, great drive for Pranaro team. Absolutely gutted for Mattia Sabatini. Stephen DeWolf 7th there. And Matisse Groen is going to finish in 8th place overall. Formation flying with one of his teammates there as well. Love to see. And where is Josh Clogg? Has Josh already crossed the line? I believe he already crossed the line, didn't he? So there we go. Here's Mattia Sabatini, who has finished the race already. Ben White is just coming around the final couple of corners. He's at full race pace anyway, I'm pretty sure. Is he going to... Yeah, he's just going into the pits. He wants to get that car parked and go home, does Ben. But there is your race winner for the 2nd time tonight. Christophe Herbignaud. What an incredible performance. Really amazing to see. And I'm hoping that he may come in for an interview afterwards, but you can't guarantee it with these boys, can you? He revs the engine in delight. He's loving it. Here is Wayne Palmer and some of the other boys a bit further down the order. Wayne Palmer there. There goes Tito Grania, Stephen DeWolf, and the number 134 car. That is Paul Godden of Sim Stickers, celebrating with his teammate. Of course, very happy there for Palmer. 5th overall. Good result. Just behind them is number 16, Brian Loynes, of course, winning the AM category in that race. Great performance by Brian. And I know what we all want to see, as much as Jack Werrell won't want us to. we're going to go back to the start of the race. So we're going to fast forward it a little bit. I'm going to try to. It won't let me go any faster than that. So this is Jack's start then from the chopper cam. And I believe just out of here, yeah, he goes down the inside. There's a tiny touch. And then the two of them get together. And it's that contact, and well, one of the Simracersworld cars there left with nowhere to go. Just trying to find out who it was that he went in with. Oh, look at that. As soon as they bounce off the wall, they're just catapulted into the middle of the track. There's wings and pieces everywhere. There's the other of the Fiercely Forward cars really getting squashed in there then. And there's wheels and bits all over the place. Nick Sherman's manages to survive that without losing any wheels. Oh no, sorry, he's gone in the wall. It's one of his teammates just in front there. It's Bart Daleman that managed to get away with it. Let me just go back a little bit there. Just trying to figure out who was it that was originally involved in that contact. Here it is. Here's from Van Eekhoven's view. So there's a bit of contact further back, actually. As one of the guys checks up. That looked fantastic, though, didn't it? As the number 77 got into him. Wow. I tell you what, someone that really, really suffered from that was Camille van den Driesche. I'm going to put some music on at least so we can have a look back. But wow, look at this from van den Driesche. We'll go on board here. Oh, it just gets a hit from behind, hits the wall, and then gets clouted again by another car. So many of them involved. The wheels pop back on it because, you know, fast repair and all that. But, whew, that was a very, very rough incident and a rough ride for these boys. Now, just because I like you lot, I'm going to try, I'm really going to try and get this to work. Yes! Race results, there you go. Christophe Ebigneux wins the race. Dries van den Rijt finishes second. Aaron Smith, the second, finishes in third. Brian Loynes finishes fourth, ahead of Wayne Palmer in fifth, with Simone Giovannini sixth, Stephen DeWolf seventh, Matthias Groen in eighth. He's on the AM-class podium, very well done. Josh Klug finishes ninth, and Paul Godden gets a top 10 position. Jack Worrell 11th, Ronald Moons is 4 laps down in 12th, and it's Tito Granier, Bart Daleman and Frederick Eekhoven. Then we have Tim Rutten, Matthias Sabatini and Stephen Grabowski. Clicking the wrong button. And then it's Ross Nicholson, Ben White, Camille van den Driesche and Nick Shermans. Okay. Right then, we have a couple of guys waiting for an interview. The first person that I'm going to drag in while he's mid-conversation is Bart Daleman. Now, Bart, that was a bit of a rough race for some of you boys. How did it feel from your point of view, mate?
Well, I enjoyed it. It was a long time ago. I was racing and iRacing, and to get back into the Simric was very fun, and I enjoyed every minute of it. I watched the stream a little bit after my crash, and I saw my crash in slow motion. Yeah, but I really enjoyed it, and I hope everybody who is participating in the series will enjoy it, and I will do my best to give a little bit of, because I have Andrew Hopley and Ian Root before me, so I have really big feet to follow. So yeah, I really want to thank everyone to come, and I hope they will keep coming the next following weeks. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. Yeah.
Well, that's always good, mate. I mean, it's been fun to do the broadcast for you guys, of course, and we've got a good season ahead. Very varied grid as well tonight, which seemed quite good because a lot of the drivers, no matter where they were up and down the order, they seem to always have someone to fight against. Is that right?
Yeah, it seems so, and I think with the Pro and Am Championship, I think we are going to watch the results and the lap times, and we will compare it a little bit, and we try to balance the Pro and Am Championship after round 1, and we will do that again in round 2. But with the reverse grid, I think it will be very competitive for everyone, and that they will always have the race with someone. I had also a great duel with Steven the Wolf and with someone else. I forgot the name after I with Palmer, I think. And that was a good fight. And I hope everyone had their fight. Too bad that race 2 was a little bit of a big crash in the first lap. It was an unfortunate. I was just behind it. I saw it. It was a little bit of a racing incident. He went a little bit too close, and it took half the pack, I think. So, yeah.
Well, it seemed like everyone was getting stuck in anyway. Of course, the person setting the benchmark at the moment, Christophe Herbigno, he just made it look easy tonight, didn't he?
Yeah, well, he signed up very late, and I was looking at his profile, not because the first split we made from Pro and Am was on purely on iRating, and he had an iRating of 5,000, and I saw in his profile bio that he has the world record on Zandvoort. I was like, oh, okay, this is a guy we have to race against. Okay, that's gonna be hard.
Well, it seems like he's going to be having a good season if he keeps that up, but we'll keep an eye on him, of course. And is there anyone you want to give a shout out to before you go, Bart?
Yeah, everyone who joined the server and bared with me after I really made an error with the first server because I forgot to load the setups. So it was suddenly an open setup race. So, but everybody, next few months was staying in the server and telling everybody to get out and to get to the other server. So thanks for Nick to help me there, and I want to thank Ian for giving me the chance for organizing this, and that he believed that I could do it, and I'm really gonna make him proud. And I want to thank him also for bringing Sim Stickers in, and I want to thank Sim Stickers for helping us and really supporting us, and that they believe that we can pull a very good series.
Cracking stuff. Well, thank you very much, Bart. It's good to speak to you, mate. And of course, as the season goes on, I'll be speaking to you more and more, of course.
Yeah, I will be here every race. Okay.
Love it. Thanks, mate.
Bye,
Speak to you
guys.
again. Bart Delman there, series organiser, and I will bring in someone else who had a bit of a rough and tumble evening. Stephen DeWolf. Stephen, good to see you, mate. Like I say, that was a bit of a tough one tonight, wasn't it? A bit up and down.
It definitely had its ups and downs.
Whether that's cars bouncing off the racing surface or off the curbs, yeah?
Well, in the first race, I completely messed up my start. Really complete. I had way too much wheel spin.
Mm-hmm.
But by the time I was in second and gear, then let go of the throttle, I was already facing backwards and cars smashing into me. So I had to start the second race 21st, and actually that was quite lucky, I think, because if I'd been further up the grid, I would have been in that big crash. So yeah, I could avoid that. I braked and carefully passed, and before I knew it, I was in the top 10. Then made a bit of a spin in the second chicane. Could have been 5th if it wasn't for that. Cost me 10 seconds, but I'm very happy with 7th because I don't really drive a lot of Formula 3 or open wheelers in general. So yeah, pretty happy.
Well, that's good, mate. I mean, in terms of the actual racing itself, it looked like it was quite frantic and enjoyable. We've just got a bit of a slow-mo on board with you right now behind the Alpha Tauri car as you go over the curbs, car around in front of you, so plenty of action on track all night. Do you think that the circuit was a good choice to keep the racing exciting?
Well, I think it's quite suitable for the Formula 3 car. With the Formula 3, I don't think there's much point in having very long straights, besides the fact that you could do some slipstreaming, which is fun, but they don't have a lot of top speed, so they have that agility. I think they're more suited for tracks with a lot of how do you say that in English? With a lot of curves, a lot of which go not too straight.
Yeah, a lot of corners.
The only thing with Zolder, of course, it's a rather narrow track in most places, and with an open wheeler, if you have the slightest bit of contact, then you lose the downforce. Well, you're a passenger and you're in the wall. So yeah, it has its pros and its cons, I think.
Yeah, definitely. There was certainly no room for errors tonight, and we did see quite a lot of them. You know, these cars need very fast reactions from every driver, and it really put them to the test. But it's been great to watch, though, mate. Just before I let you go, because I've got quite a queue of people in the interview room, is there anyone you want to give a quick shout out to?
I gotta say a big bravo to Bart, because he has had a lot of work on getting all of this sorted out, and I think we've got another fun series in the Simracersworld family, and he took a bit of a chance by launching it, because mostly the Simracersworld community is GT based, so it's not the most... he didn't take the easy route, let's put it this way, but he pulled it off and everything's been sorted out fine. So big bravo for Bart for getting things organized like this.
Cracking stuff, mate. Well, good to speak to you again, and I'm sure as the...
Thanks to you, Chaz, you do an awesome job.
Thank you very much, mate.
Bye-bye.
See ya. Stephen DeWolf there. Always good to have a chat with him. And we're going to bring him in. I did say that I was going to have a chat with him, and I think, to be fair, he knew that I was going to do this from the very get-go. Not the most ideal race in Race 2, but Jack Werrell joins me in the booth. Jack, that was quite a lively night, to say the least, wasn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed Race 1. Obviously, a really good result. And then Race 2 didn't go my way. I've reviewed the footage and I've got my own opinions on it, and spoken to other people, and we've sort of traded apologies where they need to be. And yeah, it's not the way I'd ever want a race to go. And obviously, I am guilty, or I feel tremendously guilty for what happened, because it wasn't just me and another driver that got affected by it. It was other cars. So that is something I'm slightly petrified of for future races, but I've learned, and I've looked at the footage and know what I need to do for the future. But yeah, it's just been a mega night, I think, with a couple of good drives.
Yeah, it's good to see the variation. I mean, the one thing that I was sort of focusing on tonight, although I'm just about to show your accident in slow-mo, I did just click anywhere in the event viewer to try and find the right moment, but we're about to see it again, unfortunately. It was I was just saying before that there seems to be quite a spread of talent up and down the field, so no matter where you are, there's always someone to fight with. Was that how it felt from actually being in the race itself?
Yeah, definitely. I think SRW have got an amazing community together. There's a real raft of capabilities and ability throughout the field, and the fixed setup, I think, really sort of amplifies the usability of the service. So you can come in with no experience at all, or you can come in with loads of experience and like a really high amount of I rating. But like you said, you've always got someone to battle with. So I was obviously in the second race. The start didn't go well, but I found myself coming out, fresh set of tyres, and I was just pushing, and I was overtaking some of the guys I'd never raced with in race 1. And then in race 1, obviously, I was racing against people I'd never raced with at all, and I found my own little battles, and I was sizing myself up against drivers, and it's just such a changeable environment that you're never bored ever.
Well, that's part of the fun, I suppose, isn't it? You know, that's what you want. You want to always have the enjoyment factor there, because that's the main thing. You know, we all do this hobby to enjoy it, of course, and have some good racing. But you know, it's there's a lot of different aspects to consider. So you know, we'll have to just see how the season progresses. But we go to Suzuka next week. It's not something I've discussed with the other guys yet, but is that a track that you're quite confident at?
I haven't driven it as much as I'd like to have done, like sort of prior to the season, but I think it's a track that has worked well in GTs for me personally. So I don't know whether that is in any way sort of swappable, if that's even a word, to open wheel racing. And I know the track. My track knowledge of Suzuka is sort of getting there the more I drive it. But yeah, I've got a feeling that it's going to be another strong track for me. But I'm one just to sit passive and wait until I get into the race before I start making assumptions on what my ability is, because I don't want to get overconfident, because as you've probably seen, it doesn't exactly pay off.
Oh mate, I'm the same, trust me. Don't worry. I've gone into many race meetings thinking, yeah, I'm good, I'll do alright. And then I've been like 35th. So, I'm in the same boat as you there. I do have a couple of others that I just need to quickly speak to, mate, so I'm going to have to hurry along, unfortunately. But before I let you go, mate, is there anyone you want to give a shout-out to if I get my teeth back in?
Yeah, just a couple of guys. So obviously Simracersworld for providing this amazing opportunity for a full grid of drivers. SimStickers for also being the title sponsor of the race series. My team, Firstly Forward, who have provided me with the track to take part in round one, and just providing me the opportunities that they had, and specifically Ollie Slade, who has been a massive help to getting me to where I am.
Awesome stuff, mate. Well, good to speak to you, mate. I'm sure we'll speak more in the week and, of course, as the season goes on. But have a fantastic evening and well done again for tonight.
Cheers, you too.
Cheers. Okay, so we'll fly into these final two interviews then. We're going to have to make them quite quick, unfortunately, and that's the pre-preparation here for Paul Godden, who joins me in the booth. How are we doing, Paul? You all right, mate?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks. You?
Yeah, not too shabby, not too shabby. It seemed like quite a lively night tonight. That's the word that I've been using. How did you find it from your point of view?
Well, it's a bit of an eye-opener, first of all. Race 1 had a bit of a carnage in the at the back of the grid. Got taken out and got a damaged wing. And coming into the chicane, I just outbraked myself because I didn't realise the wing was damaged on the front. And then I just poodled round for the next, 13 laps, just about 4 seconds down, just to try and get some points and just stay on the lead lap, really. So, which worked out all right. And then race 2, I had a good warm-up, felt really comfortable in the car again. And then the iRacing decided not to load, unfortunately, so I couldn't grid. So I had to quickly come out of it and go back in. So I started a full lap down and managed to claw back till 10th place just by keeping it clean and consistent. So, but yeah, it was really good for the first race of the season, and SimStickers team have all really enjoyed it. And believe it or not, all of us had never really run this car before Wednesday night, and we done 70 laps testing just to learn the car on the track, so we were ready for today.
Well, flipping heck, it's been a good effort though, to be fair, mate.
Yeah.
I mean, your teammate, of course, Wayne Palmer, led the race at the midway stage, and it's been a very strong performance for the guys. And of course, the main point being that you all enjoyed it, which is the main reason we're all here. Like I just said to Jack, then it's a hobby that we all want to enjoy, so it's good to hear you guys are getting that out of it. I do have to hurry along though, like I said, mate, I'm afraid. But before I let you go, do you want to give a shout out to anybody?
Yeah, I'd also like to say if anyone's interested in the SimStickers at all, they can go to the website simstickers.co.uk and use a promo code SRW10, which will give you 10% off for any of the products on my website for the full season. And SimStickers will be having 4 cars in all the races this season as well. And if you need anything, just chat to any of us and we're happy to help.
Cracking stuff. Well, I look forward to seeing how you boys get on, mate. I'm sure I'll chat to you at another point as the season progresses. But best of luck for now, and I'll speak to you again soon.
Cheers. Thanks so much.
Cheers, Paul. And the final interview of the evening, I knew I had to bring him in at some point. I couldn't leave him there in the interview waiting room on his own. He's got probably the brightest livery on the grid. It's Tito Grania. Tito, how are we doing, mate?
Hey, hello. I'm doing good. How are you?
Yeah, very good, thank you. Very good. Did you enjoy yourself tonight?
Oh yeah, definitely. Maybe I didn't have the best second race, but yeah, definitely enjoyed it a lot. I definitely gained a bit of confidence in qualifying. I thought I was gonna do way worse after the practice, but I don't know how I managed to pull off a 3rd place in qualifying and stayed there in the first race. And yeah, pretty good.
Well, it's always a pleasant surprise, and of course, with Nick Sherman's popping out of the first one, you had a good run to the flag as well. So it's nice to see the chrome livery up there at the sharp end of the field. We go to Suzuka next week. Is that a track that you're feeling confident about?
Yeah, I believe I can do even better than here if it's not much to say, because this was my first race here. I love the track, I must say, but I just bought it when it was announced, and yeah, as I said, I thought I was gonna do worse here, so I'm confident for Suzuka. It's one of my favorite tracks, and I think every Formula fan loves Suzuka. It's every year in the calendar. So yeah, pretty confident and also pretty hyped to go there. I mean, maybe we had some crashes here, but you can have a perfectly clean race. Obviously, there's always some netcode and stuff, but yeah, pretty hyped because people here are fast, definitely clean, and yeah.
Well, it's going to be exciting to see, mate. And of course, I have touched on the livery. It is very, very bright indeed. Do you not find it distracting when you're driving? Or I suppose you don't see that much of the front of the car, do you?
Yeah, exactly. I do not see much, but maybe when I'm under the bridge, you know, I can see the reflection. But yeah, my teammates were telling me that you kind of liked it.
Oh, I did.
Oh yeah,
Certainly did, mate. I love it. We've just got it on slow-mo at the moment, actually, on part of the sort of midway through the race for you. And it stands out so much with all the reflections and how shiny it is. So I'm hoping to see it back near the front at Suzuka then. Of course, like you say, you can be confident for that one. And you never know, we might see you stick it on pole. But that Christophe Herbigno, he's quick, isn't he?
yeah, he's pretty quick. I don't know if he won the second race. I kind of just finished it and then left. But yeah, in the first race, I knew I wasn't that fast, but he was pulling away like half a second every lap, and he did some pretty good times. After the race, I checked the lap times, and he was pulling off consistent times. And yeah, he is definitely gonna be the guy to beat if anyone's looking up to win the championship. You have to beat him first.
Yeah, definitely. Well, unfortunately, mate, we've just seen your spin in slow motion on the replay that I've got running while I do these interviews, I'm afraid. But
Yep, there we go.
but it's been good to chat to you, Tito, and of course I'll probably speak to you again after Suzuka once you hopefully get a win or even pole position there. But before I let you go, is there anyone you want to give a shout out to?
Mainly my team and also my spotter for this race. He was helping me, Pablo Prado. Nice guy, and you know, I can think of anyone else right now, so
that's all good, mate. Not a problem at all. Well, it's a pleasure to speak to you, and I'll speak to you again very soon. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Tito Granier there, the Spaniard, and of course quite a lot of interviews tonight, and it's been really, really good to do this broadcast. Thank you once again to Simracersworld for getting me on board. I've really enjoyed this, honestly, and I hope it's been good to watch for you as well. A few technical issues here and there, which I do apologise for, of course. I'm going to make sure that everything is ironed out for next week. We got the results screen working in the end, which is the main issue. And wow, what a couple of races we've had tonight. Plenty of action around this wonderful Zolder circuit. We go to Suzuka next week for rounds 3 and 4. Sorry, not next week, the week after. Do not forget, there are 2 weeks between each of these rounds. So March 26th, we'll be at Suzuka. Race 1 is going to be a 10-lap race. Race 2 is going to be a 15-lap race. And we'll be with you around the same time. My name is Chaz Draycott, known to a lot of you as Chazlington, and I will leave it with you, and I will see you in 2 weeks' time. Thanks very much.